Welcome. If you're looking for therapy over Skype for anxiety or depression or addiction or any other emotional problem, please go to my website and learn more about this online therapy service that I offer. All my therapy sessions are done via Skype. I do this because most people actually prefer online therapy rather than meeting in person. It's certainly a great deal more convenient for you, and it also is generally a lot more comfortable and less intimidating than going to see a therapist in their office. As long as you use Skype or similar video platform, there's really no difference in the effectiveness of psychotherapy delivered online via Skype when compared to psychotherapy in person. You have to be able to see each other. That's really the main factor here. And of course, Skype makes that possible. If you can see each other, then the communication is really no different than being in the same room together. So convenience, the comfort of being able to have your sessions at home are major factors, but also people want more choice, they want more variety than may be available in their local area. Most of my clients have a particular interest in mindfulness therapy, which is what I specialize in and have developed over the years. I have developed a way of working with anxiety and depression and other psychological, emotional problems using mindfulness, which is very, very effective indeed. The mindfulness approach is one that gives you the tools, the methods that you can use yourself to work on healing your anxiety or depression. That's really important. I really prefer that approach than a treatment-based approach, because a treatment approach, such as medications, doesn't really give you any new learning or insights or ways of working with your emotions. Even conventional talk therapy or counseling often really doesn't teach you much, and seldom does it get to the root cause of your emotional suffering. Medications certainly do not get to the root cause of anxiety or depression. And unless you really work at healing the underlying cause of your emotional suffering, then you will always be vulnerable, and that's not really good enough. So mindfulness therapy really focuses at the core level of your emotional suffering. It really transforms things from the inside out, and people see tremendous benefits once they start learning how to apply mindfulness for working with anxiety or depression or addiction. I see many people who suffer from agoraphobia for obvious reasons, because it's so difficult to leave home when you're suffering from such a severe anxiety disorder like agoraphobia. I work a lot with panic attacks. Panic anxiety is very common. I see lots of people who suffer from driving anxiety and driving phobia, who find it very difficult to drive out of a comfort zone. This can all be overcome by the right kind of training, by learning very practical and very focused and specific ways of working with your emotions. So if you'd like to learn more about the mindfulness therapy service that I offer online via Skype, do please contact me. Tell me more about yourself and how I can help you, and we can schedule a trial Skype therapy session. Most people really enjoy this approach and learn a great deal in the process. And you should expect to see significant changes after just 3 or 4 sessions with me. And that is really an indication of the effectiveness of mindfulness-based psychotherapy. It is not appropriate to go to a therapist for years to try and get relief from chronic anxiety or depression. That simply indicates an ineffective approach. But mindfulness therapy generally is very effective for most people. And you'll see very quickly, even after the first trial session, you'll see changes once you start applying the mindfulness techniques that I'll be teaching you. The first of those techniques is really learning how to meditate on your emotions. This is really important. You need to learn how to work in a very conscious way with your emotions and with your thoughts. And most people don't do that. They simply try to avoid their emotions, especially if they're painful or traumatic. They try to run away or distract themselves from intrusive thoughts or memories, and so on. And any kind of avoidance or aversion is not going to help. So mindfulness therapy is clearly the exact opposite of that. It is a process of establishing very conscious awareness of your emotions and traumatic memories or thoughts or whatever it might be that's causing your emotional suffering. You must establish that internal conscious relationship, and you need to build a relationship internally in which you are not reacting with avoidance or aversion or any kind of reactivity to your emotions. If you react to your anxiety or depression, that simply reinforces the underlying emotions. So learning to form a non-reactive relationship is the first part of our training, and is really quite essential for change and for eventual freedom from anxiety and depression. So if you'd like to learn more about the mindfulness approach to overcoming anxiety and depression, and for basically facilitating inner emotional healing, then please do contact me and let's schedule a therapy session over Skype. Thank you.